from here.
Chris Webber, welcome. We're excited to hear from you. So let's get started. Do you have one NBA moment in your career that stands out above the rest?
Draft night. For me, it was just crazy because it was the Palace of Auburn Hills. It was Indy.
Fuming lost that game. Fuming the way we lost it. Fuming it. I did score quite a few points, but
and the player introductions are
missed big shots.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Clippers holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And of course Sacramento, quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
Yeah, and when I look at the Clippers, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
They've been one of the great stories in the league this year. No doubt about it. Fans all over the league have gotten behind these guys.
Now Sacramento starting five. Barnes and Bagley, the duo with the forward. Fox at the point with Hill to his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Holmes in its center. And for Los Angeles, they've got Harold. Paul George is out there with Dunn. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patterson in at the four-man position. Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. That's why I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
5 on the clock. Another miss by Fox. And here's the pass break. Dunn leading the way. Here's George. He's off on that one. Good D by Barnes. And now Sacramento on the break. Fox with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Kings. George passes to Dunn. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard on the wing. Dunn left side. Shoots over Fox.
Still not wrong.
Dunn misses.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Now it's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Luke Walton.
Thanks, Kevin. I talked to him about his strategy facing his team. He said those guys block a lot of shots, and they try to intimidate you.
Yes.
You have to be prepared. Guys.
Thanks, David. No question with the defense they're facing tonight. Coach would like to see Greg them gain some early confidence.
Efficiency is key for them. Don't make the mistakes that turn defense into offense.
Those mistakes included turnovers, bad shots, and rush shots. All must be avoided if they're to accomplish their goal.
Patterson can't get it to go. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Bagley lays it up and banks it in. Bagley's got his second bucket of the night.
Got to push Bagley out of the paint. Once he's close to the rim, he is locked in on scoring.
And they pick up 2.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Well, for so much
standing, going nowhere.
You have to start with his defensive impact.
Stand him.
He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Stand him up, put him off.
He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. It's up a 3.
Doesn't
Bagley
go.
with the rebound.
Not going?
And so it's Bagley with it. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George
I'm not.
Scoring or
Go away.
He is still a monster.
This game can't be that stupid.
Defense alone.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. A nice shot by Harris.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
On the court right now for the Kings. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Kent Bazemore is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Tolliver in at the 5 down low. Basket counts. Dunn's got his third bucket of the night.
Come on, boys.
They're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here is Fox. A 24-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Floats one. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
That's technically gone out of bounds.
Missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Especially on the road. Each miss fired up that crowd even more.
And stolen by Dunn. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Pulls up for 3.
There we go.
Dunn on the assist by Harris. Dunn's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Here's Fox. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Kings lead by 2.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. Has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Sacramento's gotten off 4 shots from 3-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Then for the Kings, Richaun Holmes. He's checked in for Tolliver. Bagley comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich. Need nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone involved, right?
You've got that fair enough,
Kevin.
but
I talk to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish.
yeah, he's letting me screen him, but in my way.
The unselfish star, and what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands.
Come on, then, refs, get the ball and play it. I want to play ball.
Making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Dunn.
How? You stopped chewing me up.
Sacramento leading by 5. To the inside. Bagley. The rebound by Patterson.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
How? Whoa, he's not blocking.
The Kings have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Rolls up on the elbow. Misses off the left iron. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hero. No good that time.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Los Angeles guys shooting with 42% accuracy in the second
quarter.
There
we go. Finally.
Sacramento lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Dunn.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Fox kicks to Hield. Passes to Barnes. Trying to find Fox. Gets it to him. Happy to see that one go in after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
And how about the mid-range shooting of Fox? Definitely capable of sinking those shots with consistency.
Dunn misses.
But then I do that to Fox and he sinks it. Okay.
There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Fox kicks to Hield.
Not getting there.
No good from outside. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
Yeah, and the feed from George couldn't be
better.
The timing, the placement, everything about that
really
was pinpoint.
The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th attempts.
How've they come back with the ball or anything?
With 1 on the clock, and that's it for the first half of action. What's been a And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Dunn.
Really?
Been
I don't like what I'm seeing.
Defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Montrezl Harrell is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Dunn, and it's George in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
And our 3rd month into the season, things becoming a little more clear in the power rankings. You look at Washington. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Clippers, they've used the doubters for this season's strong showing. Night after night, each guy plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up 3. Defensively, his strength.
Who fouled him? Oh, no, not bad. I thought he fouled him.
Solid contributor.
Pass to Holmes. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better. Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
I'm with him, look.
Now by 4. Pass to Hield.
Alright, so I'll run my bollocks off to mark someone that's nowhere near me.
Back to Fox. Takes a
Are you joking? See, look, how do you switch like that?
Rebound by the Clippers. Harrell's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Dunn. It's stolen by Bagley. Fox against Dunn. Fox passes to Hield. To the middle. That's good from Fox on the assist by Barnes. Fox has got 14 points for the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming
up. Yeah, get out of here, bro. I don't miss these neither.
Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
Okay, I do miss that one,
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot.
I'm having a really bad game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Murray comes in for Montrezl Harrell, and Devin Harris is subbed in for Jordan. And the dunk by Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore, very limber, attacking the rim. He's an athlete.
Murray outside, and Leonard has it in the corner. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Bazemore against Murray. Bazemore on the wing. He has 7. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To the inside. Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Still so far behind.
Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Kings leading now by 5. Come off the clock. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got 4 points this quarter.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that were the case,
Are we back in it? Are we in it? Is it tight? No. We're 10 points off them now.
On the court right now for the Kings, Hield and Barnes are the 2 and the 3.
Why didn't you give it me?
Out there with Holmes, and it's Fox in at the point.
Fuck off, mate, honestly.
And so it's Bagley with it. He brings it up for the
Asked for it for ages. Don't give it me, and then I get out.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Holmes got the lead up to 13 now for the Kings. Nice passing here by Los Angeles.
Oh, look what happens when you give it me inside the paint, you bell ends.
Able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Now, here's Fox. Can't cash in from close range.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
With that, wants to get it to done and does. To the left side wing. Clock at 6. And George on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists tonight.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
George against Fox. And stolen by Dunn. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball.
See, look, there's only so much you can do.
Kings leading now by 9. That's tipped.
Oh, wow.
Here's Barnes. It's hauled in by George. Los Angeles has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Harrison Barnes. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Dunn.
7 points
Here's
down.
Fox.
Let's go. Oh, don't be. What are you doing, mate?
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. And that one drops for him.
And how about that stick-to-itiveness from Fox there? Just a great attitude. He really excels at driving inside and kind of just bouncing off defenders.
Back to Dunn.
No, it went back to me.
Fox with it. Barnes passes to Hield. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's an 11-point Kings lead.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Sacramento's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Outside, Fox. Here's the lob to the hoop. And Holmes pours it down.
And you just have to have
Take me off. I don't want to play no more.
Control Fox play
in this game. It's embarrassing.
Through the D in that pick and roll.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 11. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, De'Aaron Fox.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim.
I don't want the ball, mate.
Put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
He finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. Dishes at the heel. Up top, Holmes.
Got a minute left.
Hield outside.
And when they're doing stuff like that,
from three-point land.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Kings.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And I think
yeah, take me off as soon as I release the ball back. Oh, man. Yeah.
5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. They grabbed their own miss. From deep, Green. No good. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one was.
And that's what... Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
I'm fuming.
This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Yeah, date's at me.
I want to show you something that can happen. Let's take a selfie, Jay.
You said something first, right? Yeah. Come see what you got.
Hey, Che.
Yo.
They want you in the press room.
Okay, I'll be in there at 10, all right?
Thanks.
Tough loss tonight, Che. How do you regroup after one like this?
You don't, but I'm fuming.
Losing's never easy, but we got a good...
You have to bounce back, aren't we, guys? There's going to be somewhere where you look at it and go, we've bounced back. Well, it's whether you want to bounce back with me or... We're going white this time. Blue seems to, you know. Not work.
We added the 2002 Kings team as a classic team in NBA 2K a few years ago. What was special about that 2002 team?
Man, what was special was the city. Playing in that arena with the cowbells. And then the players, the Doug Christies and Bobby Jackson, his heart, of course, Jay Will, Mike Bibby, Asia Vladi, Scott Pollard, Gerald Wallace. Oh, man, if I forgot you, my bad. But there was a lot of good players on that team.
Let's talk about your transition into broadcasting and being an analyst. What kind of inspired you post-career to get into that?
Well, I mean...
Up next, it's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Gotta stay strong in this now, boys.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to our show. Hey, Dave.
Well, if you ask Carl Anthony...
Terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Things get clearer and clearer as we move through this season. And as we move into February, here is a look now at the top rookies around the NBA. So many great young stars. Take a look at Wall. He's got some work to do in order to get conversation, I think, but there are plenty of to make his mark.
And he doesn't have far to go to break into that top 10, but it's probably unrealistic to think he'll be a factor in the race for the Rookie of the Year.
Well, you know, if it was earlier in the season, maybe. But at this point, even if he has an amazing second half, I just think he has too much ground to make up.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Towns
Can't
is out
let
there
that
with Walden.
happen.
And it's a Kogi in at the two-guard spot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson is out there.
Apparently, even no matter how close I get to the line, it doesn't go
And
in.
it's Paul George, and it's done in at the point. And not sure if you saw the news, but Shea has once again been named Rookie of the Month.
Rookie of the Month.
Rookie of the Month. What a rookie season, Greg.
Well, when you win multiple Rookie of the Month awards, you are on the fast track to some hardware at the end of the year. Great season from Che, and he's earned the recognition he's getting.
We have a big-time matchup with the big men down low tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, you're going to see both teams double these guys because they're just too hard to handle. Otherwise, they'll have to do their work and make their decisions quickly.
Here's Okogie, defended by George. Knocks it loose. Leonard with the steal. 3-on-3. Done with it. He's picked up by Russell. And there's Dunn on the assist by Leonard.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the piece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Spellman. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. The drive by Russell. Here's Town. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
George passes to Dunn. Over Russell. No good there. So Minnesota will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
You can see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
And Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen. A team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
Georgia back to you now.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Okogie, the pass to Walden. Here's Okogie. He's covered by Leonard. Floats one up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he's such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Timeout called. First of the game for Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me. And whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script tonight.
It's close though, boys. It's a very close, tight game.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now here's Walden. He's guarded closely. Inside. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
An absolute beast in the pick and roll. Towns rolls all ready to score. He doesn't disappoint either.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Harrell. Then there's Dunn. Then there's and it's George.
You had a chance for 3. What?
So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Walden. Passes it to Russell. There's the 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Let's take a moment now to recognize a player who has been incredible lately, and it's earned him West.
Really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Okogie. He also had a big impact in that win against the Kings. And it's Dunn penetrating. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. She's over.
There we go.
Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. Some news now about Shea. He was named Player of the Month for the first time in his terrific young career. Easy to see why when you look at his numbers.
Man, the way he attacked all month long and led his team to victories can't be ignored. And
Georgia, baby.
Nice. Player of the month. Hard to argue with that decision.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Tell you what, guys,
on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
That free throw good from George. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because, to me, was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about.
You know when them sirens come on, boys, Joe just stole the ball.
There's a minute 47 left in the first half. Spellman, no good. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're rolling here with the 9-point run. Dunn misses. Timberwolves trail by 13. Pass to Okogie.
Nah, I thought he was shooting from there.
Walden taking advantage of some spotty defense that time. Spots a wide open man and got it right to him.
Leonard on the wing. Down low. Here's Dunn. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Amari Spellman. And Culver's subbed in for Josh Okogie.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of this game.
There we go.
Shot's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Culver dishes to Walden. 20 feet out. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an
There we go.
Gun shot's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here's Culver. He's got 10. Outside, Towns. Russell with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Dunn kicks to Williams. Dunn up top. Pass to Harrell. That's it. Coming off an assist from Dunn.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Not got it.
And
nice.
so it's Los Angeles out in front. Points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. It's as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take a brief break, but get you right back out here. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance from Dunn.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half.
Nice.
They've got Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Walden, and it's Spellman in at the 4. Now Russell. The pass to Spellman. Outside, Walden. Spellman, the pass to Russell. Shot clock at 5. Over George.
Not got it.
And he overshot that one, missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Passes it to Okogie. 6 to shoot. Shoots.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Misses the jumper to the paint. Here's Patterson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Dunn. And Patterson drops him down.
Bounce back.
For Minnesota. James Johnson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Walden comes in for Amari Spellman. Culver's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Okogie subbed in for Russell. That's good from Harrell.
And the young Timberwolves head coach Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders. About as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game through a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Here's Johnson. Paul George making his last shot. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Karl Anthony Towns in for Minnesota. .26 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Okogie. Second chance effort.
Run off.
The layup is up and in.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given
Who
them.
do you think you are? 23. You didn't touch me ball
Put
now.
it on the wing. Back to Dunn. It's blocked.
And great positioning there.
We'll have another go.
That's what allowed him to get the block.
1 second left. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink. That's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
Some top boy.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Dunn is up there with Lou Williams, and it's Harrell in at the 5.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
And Towns no good on that one.
And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward.
But still, he's got the
signed a
3-pointer.
5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
And here's Leonard. After Jarrett Culver was able to get the triple. Culver with the steal.
2 steals in this message.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Williams. The Timberwolves also with the sub.
I am the best.
Checked in. Here's Okogie. Pass to Russell. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Towns is doubled. Down low. Johnson. And yes, it's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Okogie. Powered down with both hands.
Well, I'll tell you what, Russell is a problem out there. D'Angelo with the anticipation to flick it away and then kick off the fast break.
Here's Dunn. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Russell. Timberwolves trail by 4. Omari Spellman has come in for James Johnson.
Lads, I'm not even pointing this off. At this quarter.
Against Russell. Looking to get back on track here. There's Towns, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the Clippers call time here.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
To the inside. It's tipped.
Oh, my word. Right, there we go.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Okogie. Alden. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
What are you not?
Oh, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
And there's the feed to George.
Am I just playing shy?
There's Okogie. Here's Towns. The shot goes down and it gets
I've
this
stitched
game
this
back
up
to
here.
even.
Big bucket for him there. Towns happy to put the team on his broad back when he's needed most.
At the Dunn.
No, I definitely needed this.
To protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Both free throws good from Dunn.
Doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Us Germans don't get pressured easily.
And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. There's Russell with the 3. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside. There's Harrell. Towns with the defensive effort.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Russell to the right side. Here's Patterson. Rebound by Okogie. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. The pass to Spellman. Bounce pass, Russell. Here's Towns. And the rejection by Harrell. And Towns gets it to go. The Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter. So they are 2 of 6.
Why? Relax.
Leads this team in rebounds.
I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
Down against Russell. Let's go.
George.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And usually you want to go
play of the game
one here to maximize the clock.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Ryan Saunders said to the team. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. We're going to make a move. It's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it, Kevin.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 2. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Walden. Feeds to Towns. From 13. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Oh, you starting on big man, your breath kicks.
So it's Minnesota now. Russell with it. To take the lead.
That's overtime, boys.
Right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for Pete.
Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Overtime.
It'll be Los Angeles off the...
There you go.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Dunn comes in for Williams. They've got Patrick Patterson. Paul George is out there with Dunn. Then there's Harrell, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And he comes up with the deuce.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And the Timberwolves call time. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alden's checked in. We play just over a minute here in OT. To the middle. Here's Towns. That's good. And it's Axel Walden with the assist. Towns has got 22 points.
And this is Karl Anthony Towns at his very best. When he's got it going like this, he keeps it going.
Gun shot's good.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7-point differential. By himself. He's done with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's Russell missing.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Let's get that.
And
Yeah.
that one's good, Leonard.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Keep getting them
Late in the
steals.
game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
You're right. Not much time left. You know, they couldn't put them away in regulation, but after what we've seen here, a superb performance in overtime, they're managing to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, and ultimately
Oh,
just
no.
away there at the end.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
But, Greg, still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Took him no time at all on that one. Dunn's got 32 points in the game.
1,000 career
They
points.
made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency.
I'm just messing about, boys. You know what I mean?
Before the game was out of reach.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple.
Russell from long range. Buries it from three-point range.
Guys, you can just about count on it. If you score on Russell, you better believe he's looking to come right back at you.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance.
I've seen it happen as well.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And it was maybe a step out of his range.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period.
A great game. Both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.
Tight one, boys. I've enjoyed it.
Hey, Jay, need you to do some time.
Okay, cool.
Great, just take your time, stop by when you're done.
See you in a sec.
Hey.
You need to do some class.
Hey, yo, listen up. Game ball. Gotta give it to this absolute beast right here who pretty much did what he wanted to tonight.
Are you joking?
Nice work. Keep it up.
Again? How have I not come out with game ball?
Congrats on your first player of the month, Jay.
My man Ted, I appreciate that, brother. What do you think's been the... I'm not too big on these individual awards. To me, we played really well as a team this month, so that's what this is about. If we weren't winning games, I wouldn't be getting this award.
Winning player of the month, you are competing at an elite level, and that's a direct result of the countless hours of okay. I appreciate that, Gaffer. Let's go then, boys. Up there.
That's awesome. Now, speaking of 2K, we got a pretty cool announcement.
Got to push a little bit now. Back-to-back wins.
So what we're going to do is going to have a tournament. I'm going to get 2 guys to play with me, and I think we're going to beat up.
Back-to-back wins now. That's what we need, boys.
And those are the starting lineups.
Last game, boys, and then we're off.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to DA. Take it away. Great vision, David. Thank you. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll host the Miami Heat. Then on Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Poeltl at center. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Dunn is out there with Paul George. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patterson in at the power forward position. All right, tonight a matchup of teams that know how to get stops, Brent. When you were playing with the Spurs, what made those defenses so special?
The word it comes down to is accountability, and that is that you understand you have a role defensively just as much, Kevin, as you do on the offensive end. It certainly doesn't hurt that on the back end you have Tim Duncan going out plays, blocking shots, yes, but accountability to your role defensively, that's where Greg Popovich gets you to play.
And the communication so vital.
That always helps, but sometimes Pop takes that just a little bit too far.
Here's Murray.
No, man, how weird.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Nice.
The way that he's played and the way the front office has talked about him, Greg, it's clear that the team views Che as a building block for the future.
I'm not sure anyone would have predicted that at the beginning of his career, Kevin, but Che has been an absolute boon for this team. Not a surprise that the front office sees him as a long-term piece of the puzzle. And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more
I'm not
on
missing
the radar after knocking down something like that.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Oh, what?
Stolen by Aldridge. Murray outside. Pass to Poeltl. The dish to Aldridge. And a dunk by Aldridge.
If he gets enough space, LaMarcus Aldridge will get up and remind you that he's a big man that has mean intentions.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Patterson.
Need it to go.
Need it to go. Rudy Gay's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Now Murray after the missed 3 from Dunn. DeRozan passes to Murray. Gay against Morris. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 3. Dunn pitch to Harrell. Outside Leonard. Back to Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. It's good from long range. Dunn's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Los Angeles.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Leonard against DeRozan. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Big groups of second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Leonard kicks to Harrell. Pass to Dunn. Launches a three.
Oh, it's bubbled
One
out.
doesn't drop. Murray with the defensive effort. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Hurdle is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. Here's Murray after the basket by Los Angeles. Pass to Gay. Spurs passing it around. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside Leonard. Back to Dunn. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And here's a look at some numbers for White.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
10.5 points.
Now here's White. 5 to shoot. Gay scanning before. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Dunn passes to Harrell. Back to Dunn. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound San Antonio.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
So it's the Clippers now after the basket by San Antonio. Gay left side. Fires the 3. No good on the shot.
And not a way to get out of a funk. You need to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Harrell.
He's going to Montrezl Harrell.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Out to DeRozan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
For San Antonio, they've looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
It's going to be another tight game. That's not being quiet. It's not that I don't want to talk the gameplay. I do want to talk the gameplay, but...
And that free throw.
Oh, 36.
With 1 on the clock. Doesn't go that time. It's all tied here. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Dunn.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now. He really while he's doing it.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Dunn. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. Now the pass to White. Birtle with the ball. Dunn covering. Inside, Aldridge.
Defended that earlier.
That shot is off. Late D that time from Harrell.
You're in.
And Murray winning second team all defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot.
Nice, Georgie.
And gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Green is checked in for the Clippers. Spurs also with the sub. Mills is checked in. Here's DeRozan. Paul George making his last shot.
Bless me.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in, and it's DeRozan missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Murray finds DeRozan. Passes to Bird. Spurs working the ball around now. The three for Mills. Offensive rebound. And here's DeRozan. 7 points in the game. Clock at 4. Shoots over Leonard. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from DeRozan.
That mid-range jumper is just another
George,
one of his
be on your fucking
with
toes.
The being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet. That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play.
Right,
almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is checked in for Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Out to DeRozan from downtown, hangs home the trifecta. DeRozan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
That one goes. Count it.
Finally.
Got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Here's DeRozan. No good on that one. AT that time from Leonard. And it's done, penetrating, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The first trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Damari Carroll's checked in for San Antonio. Lonnie Walker comes in for Patty Mills. Now here's Walker. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Back to Dunn. Shoots over Walker.
Oh my. I'm not.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Counts the basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
What pass?
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Don't miss
For
them.
Los Angeles, they have made the most out of their opportunity.
Don't bottle it, bud.
On the floor for San Antonio, starting the fourth quarter. You've got Jakob Poeltl. Damari Carroll is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Murray, and it's White in at the 2 guard.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively. Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Here's Gay after the basket by Los Angeles.
I've gotten 2.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Back to Dunn. The kick out to Williams. The 3.
Doesn't go.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And it's Murray penetrating. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here, too. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Damari Carroll. Now here's Murray. DeRozan in the corner. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And you want to talk about high volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission.
Kawhi's game just so hard to stop. He's too physical and seems to be just locked in at times.
Murray against Dunn. Now here's Murray. He's tightly guarded. George with the defensive effort. Down low.
There we go. You have to play that game.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
San Antonio leading by 4. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's George, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Over in the corner, White. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's George.
Yes, George.
And the foul. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up.
Lead them.
Huge shot at this moment in the game.
Patterson is checked in for Morris.
How big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeJounte Murray.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good position, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During that break, great confidence really had some strong fights for his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Dunn, and that one's clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on DeRozan.
Come on and rest.
It's the first that ties the game up. San Antonio making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And so making both free throws. That'll give them the lead here.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. DeRozan surveying the D. San Antonio again missing. Leonard dishes to Dunn. It's good.
Yes. Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Now here's DeRozan. Shot to stop the run. That one's not going to go. Empty that time from Leonard. And it's done penetrating. Over Murray. It falls.
Yes.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
So it is, lads.
They're down by 5.
One needed.
27 seconds left in the game. Got a piece of it. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Pirtle trying to get open. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
Aldridge kicks to White. Murray the pass to Pirtle. Here's White. To rebound by Patterson. From deep. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Right.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, boys. And I'll see you all next time for more NBA.